Hey, Washington Commanders fans! Today we're diving into a change that could transform the Commanders' defense and greatly benefit one of our players. Stick around until the end because this news is promising. The Commanders are undergoing a major overhaul, not just with the roster but also with the coaching staff. With Dan Quinn as the new head coach and Joe Witt Jr. as the defensive coordinator, we're expecting a more aggressive and physical defense. This is something we fans have been waiting for a long time. Joe Witt Jr. and Dan Quinn are promising a more active defensive approach, targeting opponents' mistakes rather than just waiting for them to happen. Isn't that music to our ears? After all, we're tired of a passive defense. And who stands to benefit the most from this new strategy? Emanuel Forbes. Yes, him, the cornerback who had a tough rookie season but now has a fresh chance to shine. Last year, many were quick to label Forbes a bust, but the truth is he didn't get the opportunity to showcase his full potential. Looking back at his final year in college at Mississippi State, Forbes stood out for his playmaking ability and ball-hawking skills. This is something the Commanders noticed, leading them to draft him. However, he was placed in a defense that didn't play to his strengths. The major issue was the insistence on zone coverage, where Forbes struggled. According to Pro Football Focus, all 6 of his last college interceptions came in man coverage, but none in zone, despite playing almost twice as many snaps in zone as in man. Transitioning to the NFL is already tough, especially for a cornerback, which many consider the second hardest position to adapt to after quarterback. And when the defensive scheme doesn't fit your style, it gets even harder. For Forbes, the performance gap between schemes was significant. In zone coverage, he received a PFF grade of 52.3, with just 2 passes defended, even though he played in that scheme over 50% of the time. This shows he wasn't being used correctly. Of course, Forbes has his own areas to improve. He sometimes seemed lost on the field, and his lack of size was apparent. Despite efforts to bulk up, he'll never be a big cornerback, but that doesn't mean he can't be effective. He has great instincts, a special talent for finding the ball, and better hands than most defenders. Many of these talents can be overshadowed when confidence is low, and the scheme isn't right. This might have been what happened to Forbes, just as it did with William Jackson III before him, and possibly even linebacker Jamin Davis. Now, with a new coaching staff and a more suitable scheme, Forbes has a big opportunity to prove his worth. This new defensive approach could be exactly what he needs to shine. So, fans, do you think this change in defensive scheme will be the turning point for Emanuel Forbes? Will he finally show his full potential this season? Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more news and analysis on the Washington Commanders. Let's support our team together.